boys and girls. Today we're going to do some math together, and we're going to talk about takeaway problems or subtraction problems, and we're going to show the subtraction problems using pictures and using cubes or other things that you can count, okay? And we will be writing some number sentences too. So let's get started. We're going to do a little warm up, and we're going to warm up showing numbers on our fingers the math way, and then we're going to take some fingers away. Okay, so we're going to start with show me 3 fingers. So you're going to show me the math way, which is 1, 2, 3. And then I want you to take away 1 finger. So we're going to take 1 away. And now we're going to say the number sentence after me, okay? So we had 3, take away 1 equals 2. Let's try that again. 3, take away 1 equals 2. Okay, so I like to do one arm like this as my equal sign or my takeaway sign or my minus sign. And then I also like to do 2 lines, 2 hands for my equal sign if I'm going to show that using using my body or using my arms, okay? So let's do 5 this time. So we're just going to be taking away 1. So we're going to say 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to take away 1. So take away 1. And we're left with 4. So we're going to say 5 take away 1 equals 4. Okay, but we had 5, we took 1 away, and that left 4. All right, let's try another number. Let's try the number 2. So show me 2. 2 take away 1 equals, how many are left? Just 1. So 2 take away 1 equals 1. All right, let's try the number 5. No, we did 5. Let's try the number 4. So show me 4. Okay, you're going to take away 1. And what's left is 3. Now the number sentence, say it with me. 4 take away 1 equals 3. All right, let's try the number 1. What would it happen if I take away 1? 1 take away 1 equals 0. There's no fingers left, right? Okay, so we're going to do the application problem together, which is we're doing lesson 21 today. And this is the application problem, and I'm going to read it to you. And then I want you to draw the story. Either you can do it on that paper, or you can also do it on a dry erase board. Okay, so the story says that 5 little green frogs were sitting on the side of a pond. So we know that there are 5 green frogs. Draw the frogs. Now, when we're drawing for math, we don't really care if it looks like a frog or doesn't look like a frog. We just want to be able to get the pictures down quickly. So when we do it for math, sometimes we just make circles for all of the things. So we're just trying to show that we had 5. So we're going to draw 5 frogs. And I'm going to turn the camera down. And we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you don't have your dry erase mat or your paper, then I want you to pause the video and go get it, okay? And then in our story, it says that it was so hot that 2 of the froggies decided to go for a swim. Now, what would we do if we wanted to show that 2 froggies went for a swim? Maybe you remember from last week, because we're taking away when they leave to go for a swim, they're going to be taking away. So we can cross out the 2 froggies that go for a swim. We don't want to erase them because then we won't know that we started with 5. Okay, so how many frogs are still by the pond? How would you write a number sentence to show that? So the story said again that there were 5 little green frogs who were sitting on the side of the pond. Draw the frogs, which we did. It was so hot that 2 frogs decided to go for a swim. Cross out the frogs in your picture to show the ones who hopped into the pond. Now, how many frogs are still by the pond? And then how would you write that number sentence? So if I wanted to write that number sentence, I would have to start with how many frogs were by the pond. Okay, so I'm going to, let's see. Is this going to be backwards if yeah. Let's see. Let's see if Mrs. Hofer. So 5. Then I'm going to use the minus sign, which is take away. And then how many frogs did we take away from the pond? That's right, we took away 2. So I'm going to write the number 2. 5 take away 2 equals, and then how many frogs were left by the pond? That's right, there were 3 frogs left by the pond. So let's say this number sentence. 5 take away 2 equals 3. So you can add that either to your application problem, or you can do it on your dry erase mat like I did. Okay, so next we're going to get out our linking cubes. Okay, so you're going to need some linking cubes, and you can still work on your dry erase mat with a dry erase marker. Okay, so if you don't have those things, go ahead and get them, and then you can pause the video and then you can come back, because we just did a problem by drawing a picture, but now we're going to use our cubes to show the story instead of drawing it with our marker. Okay, so let's pretend that your cubes are all little frogs sitting by the edge. You only need 5 cubes. So there are my frogs. Now, it's always a good idea to double check and recount and make sure that if you thought you put out 5 that you really did. So we just want to double check and make sure there are 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now I've double checked. And it was just like our picture earlier. It says that 5 frogs were sitting by the pond. Okay. Now, instead of drawing it, we're going to show that 2 of the frogs left. And I'm going to just move them off the mat, but I'm not taking them completely away. They're just off the mat. Okay? So, we had 5 frogs, 2 frogs left to go for a swim. How many frogs are left? 1, 2, 3. And I could write the number sentence just like we did earlier. So what would I write first? Whew, bless me. Okay, I would write a 5 first because that's how many frogs we started with. And then I will write the minus sign. Remember, it's just a straight line. That's our minus sign. And I would show the minus sign is how many did we take away. So how many did we take away? They're over here. 1, 2. So I would write the number 2. And you can write it too on your board with me. And then my equal signs, or the same as, how many were left? 3. So we would read the number sentence. 5 minus, or take away, 2 equals 3. Great job. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do some more stories. So I'm going to erase my mat, and you can erase yours. But we're going to not use our cubes this time. Okay. Oh, wait. No, we're going to keep the cubes out. All right, let's do a couple more with cubes. Okay, so this time, let's start with 4 frogs. Everybody start with 4 frogs. So we're going to double check to make sure we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then I'm going to, in the story, we're going to take away 1 frog. Okay. So 1 frog went swimming all by himself. All right. So now we're going to write this story in a number sentence. So just like we did earlier, we're going to start with the number of frogs that started our story, right? So we started with 4 frogs. So 4, and we took away 1. So what sign do we need here? That's right, we need a minus sign. 4, take away 1 equals, and how many are left? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3. We started with 4, and we took away 1, and we're left with 3. 4 minus 1 equals 3. Make sure you're saying that with me, okay? All right, let's try another one with cubes, but let's go back to starting with 5 frogs. Okay, so we're going to start with 5 again, but this time 4 frogs went for a swim. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm showing that by moving them away, but I still need to know how many I started with. How many did I start with? I started with 5. I took away 4. So 5 minus 4. And how many, I got my equal signs, how many frogs were left by the pond? 1. Let's read this number sentence. 5 take away 4 equals 1. Good job. All right, let's erase. Okay, let's get 5 frogs out there again. This time I have 5. Okay, we're going to double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so our 5 frogs are back at the pond. And this time, 3 frogs went to go swimming. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and how many frogs were left sitting by the pond? 2. Right, so how would I write that? You can go ahead and write it already. We started with 5 frogs. And we're going to take away, because 3 frogs left, so we're going to minus 3. And what's left? 2. 5 minus 3 equals 2. Say that with me. 5 minus 3 equals 2. Good job. All right, now we're going to put our cubes away. And we're going to go back to drawing our pictures. So get your board cleaned off and ready to go. And we're going to listen to the story. And then you're going to draw the story on your mat, okay? So there were 4 butterflies on a flower. 2 of the butterflies left to go to another flower. How many butterflies were left? So what do we know? Well, we know there were 4 butterflies on a flower. So the first thing we need to do is to draw 4 butterflies. And again, we probably don't want to spend a lot of time on drawing, so Mrs. Hofer is just going to make circles. But if you want to take your time and draw butterflies, then you'll need to pause the video. Okay? Now, you want to keep your work nice and neat. If you make big, fast circles, your circles get all mixed together and it's hard to see. So you want to make it nice and neat so you can go back and see what happened. So in our story, there were 4 butterflies on a flower. 2 of the butterflies left to go to another flower. So what should we do to show that 2 butterflies left? That's right, we're going to X out the butterflies that left. Okay, so this one and this one. Okay, so now How many butterflies were still on the first flower? That's right. We still have 2 butterflies on the flower. So we are going to write a number sentence to tell about our story. So first we have to go back. How many butterflies were on the flower? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to write the number 4. And then how many butterflies left? That's right. This is a takeaway story because something left. So we're going to minus 2. 4 minus 2, and then the equal sign, and how many were left? That's right, there were 2 left. So 4 take away 2 equals 2. I hope that you got that. We're going to try another one. So erase your boards. Listen to my next story. 5 children were playing in the park. One child had to go home for dinner. How many children were still playing in the park? Let me read that again. Okay, it said 5 children were playing in the park. One child had to go home for dinner. How many children were still playing in the park? So what is the first thing you need to do? That's right, you need to draw the 5 children that were playing in the park. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then in my story, it said that one child had to go home for dinner. So what do I need to do to show that one went away? That's right, I'm going to X one out, okay? How many children were still playing at the park? So the children that are left are the ones that didn't get X'd out. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I'm ready to write my number sentence, and I hope that you are too. So what's the first number we need to write? That's right, we're going to write the number 5 because that's how many children were at the park. And this is a takeaway story. Somebody left, so we're going to minus the ones that left, which is 1. So 5 take away 1 equals, and how many children were left playing at the park? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Let's say this number sentence. 5 take away 1 equals 4. Great job. Okay, let's go ahead and erase. All right. And you are now going to do the rest of the work on your own. So you've already done the application problem. We did that with the frogs. Okay. And now you are going to finish this page. So on the first one, it says that Tyler bought a cone with 4 scoops. He ate 1. Cross out 1 scoop and write how many were left. So here's your problem and your number sentence, and you're going to write how many were left in the box. Okay? So you might need someone to read the problems to you, okay, to complete these at home. And then on the back, you're going to draw the picture to go with the problem and make your very own number sentence. Okay? And I will see you tomorrow.